Can you hear me? I'm not sure if it's. Let me see. Hello, hello. I think you can hear me. Yeah. So yes. Okay. Nice. Let me also take that off. Yes. So what I wanted to show you very quickly, this little thing here is what is known as the status bar. Where you have like the time and things like that. So I found now. I just want to add it to here. No, actually, I have a better idea. Yeah, I'm going to modify this. So I found this status bar that it's a bit better now. Of course, now I need to modify it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do now. Let's see. Because sometimes we do want to have that little, how you call, um, shadow, as you mentioned. Other times, like in other projects that we have, we don't want to have that shadow to make the effect as if it's only one screen. So, okay, I noticed. Okay, this has to go here. Yes. So basically, just to give you a little overview, we're gonna be on this particular app. We're gonna be learning something that is called like navigation. So maybe you remember when you download an app for the first time that you have like an onboarding, these screens that you swipe that is giving you, like, I don't know, some information, like these are these three wait, these three screens basically. And it seems as it's straightforward, and maybe it is, but there's some special components that is used in order to do this flipping. And that's what we're going to be learning in this particular app. And then this part here, the main focus is, you might also be familiar with these apps that have this little bar here. This is very, very common. It's called the bottom navigation. So as you probably know, when you click on them, it changes the different from one view to another. So we will be learning how to use that thing, because yeah, it involves some complexity that it's not immediately obvious when you are using the application, but when you are programming the application, there is indeed some logic, and that's what we're going to be learning in this particular app. So yeah, let's continue then. So I'm going to actually remove this. Let me start. Let's see, where are we here? So I'm going to remove this one. I'm also going to remove this, and instead, let me remove all this stuff. Instead, I'm going to get these two things. I'm going to group them, actually, so that it's easier. I'm going to call just stop. And now I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to bring it here. Now it looks a bit better. Of course, now my this is behind, so I'm going to move it to the front. I need to put it here, but I will fix that in a second. Now the places need to go a little bit down, like this. Let me hide this. So this is how it would see. Way better. Now it's better. So this thing here, by the way, this list is the recycler view. You guys will be learning about the recycler view in module 202, actually, which is showing a list of items, basically. Very, very a component that is used a lot. Is used a lot, and yeah, it is important. We will learn it in the second one, in the second module. This one's actually, this screen, designing this after module 201, you will be able to create it. It's quite straightforward. Yeah, it's quite straightforward. Let's continue. So yeah, I need to use that top. Let me do a little modification. I'm gonna take this off, and instead, so what I'm going to do is, since I brought this from the, yeah, I got it from, no, not here, here. Since I got it from another file that has all the default resources, now I'm going to modify it. And what I need to modify is the icon. So let's see, for example, where icons, menu icons. So this, I'm gonna hide it. The problem is that now this needs to move a little, no, headline needs to move. Why is it moving? Let's see if I, this is the only bad thing of using stuff from other people, that now I need to figure out how to use it. Let's see. So this is going to say places. Yes. The icons. Let's see how I modify these icons. Mm, okay. Okay. So I was able to remove the symbol. Let me, let's continue. Headline. How do I move this to the other side? Let's see. I mean, I can actually, to make it simple on me, I can just do this. Um, all right, I'm just gonna go the easy route because I don't, this, when you, when the thing is, when you program this on the app, you won't have to take like worry about that. In this design I do. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to detach, and then here I'm going to, here's the headline. If I move it, yes, I can just freely move it, and there you go. Now for the symbol, where is the symbol? Divider, container, icons. Here you have it. This one, I'm going to move this to here. Okay, I'm going to detach. Yes. So now I'm going to bring this into here. I'm going to make it visible. This is the third icon, 40. Okay, so now I put this 40, and this has 320. So now I just do 320. I can hide this icon, and there you go. So I'm actually going to just delete this stuff, and there you have it. So now we have our, so I'm gonna say hotel, wait, hotel icon. Perfect. I need to make it exportable as a SVG, and there you go. Perfect. And now I can just copy and paste. And here, this goes out, I paste. Yes. Yes. Now here, this shouldn't say places. This instead should say flights. This one, attractions. Here you have it. So what will happen is that we go through the onboarding, then we're received with the places view. You can then switch between all of this. But if the user clicks on this icon here, which in our case is the hotels icon, it will take us to this screen, which is a totally new screen. Nice. Of course, you can see we have dummy data, but I need to put some better data. Let me fix this. This is going to go away. This goes here. How much distance do I? Mierda. Okay, it's the same. Yes, but now of course this should say else. Now this brings me a new problem because now this goes away. We don't need this. Yeah, so every time I need to copy and paste. No, so in Android it's different. When we program in Android, um, or let's put it like this, in reality, and this is what we're gonna be learning here. In reality, even though we see one screen, two screens, three screens, in reality, there's only one. That's what we're going to be learning. I know it can be a little bit confusing. So there will be one activity, and inside that activity, we're going to put what is known as a fragment. Again, none of this makes sense at the moment, but what I want to tell you is that for this particular app, we will not have to be copy pasting the code three times. In reality, we will only put the code once, and that's where we're going to learn. That's the whole purpose of this module, so that we can learn how we can do that. But let's say that you have five different activities. Let's say module 201 or even module 202, where we haven't learned this yet. Then yes, you would have to copy and paste the code for the toolbar, the number of times, correct. In fact, in module 202, for that activity, for that guide, which we can take a look very quickly. This is the guide, right? So for this is an app that it's about the news. We're going to be downloading news. So you can see that here we have the toolbar. This is one screen, and this is another screen, also has the toolbar. For this particular app, yes, we the code for generating this toolbar, we had to put it twice. It was a little bit different because, as you notice, in screen number 2 we have this back arrow, but in screen number 1 we do not have that back arrow. So when we did this app, for example, we needed to add some extra code that we didn't need to do here. But again, that is in module 201, 202. When we reach 203, we're going to learn new things, so that, for example, when we program this, we're not really going to be copying. We're going to have actually one toolbar. Even though our eyes are seeing three, in reality there's one. And we modify, of course, we modify the text. So if I click on places down here, then here it will say, it will change the name to places. I click flight or flights, and then it changes here. So yeah, we will learn about that. Good. Let's continue. So how are we doing? We're doing good. My next step is, what will be my next step? I want to improve this. So as you see, I have pretty much done the same information. So I want to put example. This is okay, but now I do want to modify the other one. So let's say so that I'm able to put like different information. Let's say, uh, let's put some different values here. So one thing to keep in mind, like even though at this moment you're seeing me designing this thing in the in Sketch, this is just like a photo. Sketch is just like a Photoshop. Think of Sketch as a Photoshop, but when you think Photoshop, most people think like pictures, like that you are improving pictures. In here, we are not looking into pictures. Like Sketch is not for pictures. Sketch is more for creating user interfaces. So it's very common that people who are designing user interfaces, like what we're doing for Android, for web, for iOS, they will not necessarily use Photoshop. They will be using um, Sketch. So when you do it in Sketch, yes, it's a bit of a tedious, not tedious, but a process. You need to little pixels. When we do Android, when we actually develop this thing, it's very different. It's very, very different. We're not going to, in module 201, you're not going to learn about recycler views because it's a little bit more complex. That's what we learn in module 202. But you're going to see that whenever you are creating a list of items, you're not modifying or you're not creating the design for every single stuff. You actually just create it once, and that design is used X number of times. So you can see here, like, let's assume for the sake of the example, we have one, two, three, four, five different cells. I would not be creating five different designs. If you see, they all follow the same format, the same structure: an image, some title, some like subtitle, some information here, and a button. So yes, you see, they all follow the same. As a result, we create that once, and then we reuse it multiple times. That's what we're going to learn in module 202. Module 203, you're just using it since you already know. But yeah, when you do the Android, the actual implementation, it, it actually could be a little bit easier than if you do it in Sketch. In Sketch, you need to worry about every single little thing. But yeah, not in the other one. But let's continue. And also, sometimes, like, I am creating this, right? But I need to, before I give this to you, to the students, I need to create the app myself. And when I start programming, I realize, this is actually going to be significantly more complicated. And then I go ahead and I change it. I change the designs to make it easier on the students. So, uh, I mean, I haven't programmed this yet because, as you can see, I'm designing it. But when I start programming, hopefully on Monday, I will find out if all these designs are worth it, and I might make some adjustments here and there to make it a bit easier for the students. Yeah. So let's see. Let's continue. I hope it would have been it would be that cheap to travel to these places, like 300 crowns. Okay, I actually need to do. Let's see, because okay, it's good. Okay, no, good, good. So actually, I'm going to take one step back. I'm going to improve only one, and then I'm going to copy paste because there are certain things from here that I don't like, for example. So this it's okay like this. For example, these two things, I don't even know if it's worth it. Yes, yes, exactly. Sometimes I need to remember that at the end, all of you, the students, they don't come here to learn design per se. They come here to learn Android. So I say, okay, although I do want to create apps that look really nice so that all of you can feel happy with what you're creating and motivated. I need to remind myself, hey, this is not a design class, so it doesn't have to be pixel perfect. But yeah, still, I like to create nice designs. So, for example, because while I'm developing this, I'm also thinking, okay, what are the components that I'm going to use? So for example, I'm not just thinking, this looks nice. I'm thinking, okay, how am I going to program this thing? So although I'm not expressing it at the moment, I'm already thinking, okay, I'm going to use this component, this component, this component, and I'm already thinking, okay, what are going to be these two components here? And then I'm asking, okay, is it worth it to do a design that does that, like that has this? Is it worth it to create an application that includes that? And then I put the trade-offs. And not only from an education perspective, like, is it worth it that in this module we teach about this, or should I put that later? But also in the industry, we when designers are designing their stuff, there's is constant collaboration between the designer and the developers, in the sense that the designers, they usually don't have programming experience and they don't know how much it takes. So they will come to us like, hey, Humberto, I have this design, what do you think? Is it worth it? Is it going to be too difficult? How easy it is to implement this or that? And then based on that feedback, they might say, okay, let's change this and let's use something else. So, for example, here I'm looking at these two things. That's okay. An alternative that I had in my head would be to make it easy on the development. Is to do something like this instead. For example, let me see how this looks. Because in my head, it's like I want to teach the students a specific concept. I want the students to focus on very specific things. I don't need them to focus on pixel perfect. So the main concept here is to learn about navigation, moving from one screen to another, using something called the view pager, being able to use this, what is known as the menu item. That is what I want the students to learn. Now, these colors, these designs, that's really, I mean, it's just like a cherry on top of the pie, you see? Because when they go out to the industry, they are not going to be the ones designing this thing. It's going to be some designer, graphic designer, or some how you call this? Yeah, another person. He or she is going to hand over those designs. Yes, and then the developer only needs to program that. That's what I want people to learn, to learn the programming part. So that's why I'm like, okay, maybe I'm gonna keep it simple so that they can focus on what really, really matters, which is the actual implementation, how to use the bottom navigation bar, how to use the view pager, how to use fragments, how to use the recycler view, all these things. The designs, I'm not fully convinced this will add any significant value. So I think I might go with something like this. So usually, although you cannot see it because I'm only sharing this particular view, I have another designs on my side that I use as inspiration. So for now, I think this looks okay. I have like a title. So what the way it works is like a title, a title, subtitle like a location, and then a price and an image, of course. So I think this looks quite good. I think this looks quite good, but let me see some other inspiration. Any ideas? How would you improve this? If you were the designer, how would you improve this particular view? Okay, so that's good. So okay, exactly. So that's good because now when the benefit of having like a programming experience, having programming experience while being a designer is that now you are able to do the same thing that I'm doing at the moment. What I'm doing, I'm designing, but I'm also thinking, how am I going to implement this thing? Because sometimes designers can come with really, really fancy and really beautiful designs. Don't get me wrong, really beautiful designs. But we receive that, and then I'm like, how are we supposed to create this thing? You see? So yeah, it is very good that you have experience for both. So you mean to shrink? Okay, so that could be one. And but I feel it's a bit empty. What other information can we add? I mean, we have before we had these things. Let me just no. Where is? Ah, yeah. Before we had these things that they called like tags, which could be okay. I'm not sure because let me see. I think the student by the time they reach this, I need to make sure that they already know how to implement that. And these are not buttons, by the way. These are not buttons. These are something else. These are actually in Android. They are called chip. Look for it. Um, Let me see if it's worth it. Okay, maybe it is. But then I need to look for the correct one because this is not. That's the only one they use. Okay, no, I'm gonna keep it like that. Okay, let's do something. Let's put it back. Put this thing here. Let's put the button smaller. But the tags, let's put it maybe here. How does this look? No, this is not a button. So in this is a button actually, uh, but this is better. This is not a real button. No, but we don't want this to be a button now that I think about it. No, this is what is known as an image view. So it's just a like to put an image. It's just to put an image. So this component here, it's also an image view to put an image, and then this is an icon that I will be providing the students, and then they need to put it there, and that's it. Um, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Winter in Portugal. Um, Let me continue searching. I have an idea. I have an idea. So instead of speaking these tags, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put something like this instead. I mean, I'm inventing this app. So because I'm inventing it, I can put whatever. So we can say that we are able to put dates. So I'm gonna just take this off. Let me see. Or it depends. So I think that there must be a button to the next extreme. Yes, exactly. So what's going to happen again? In this particular app, in reality, when people click on this, it won't do anything. It won't do anything because again, the purpose of this app is not really to really create like a booking app. It's just to once again to learn the different components. So in this particular case, when you click on this, it won't do anything. It will be there, like if people want to later build on top of this, yeah, absolutely. But when we click, it won't do for this app. It will not do anything. Yeah. So you mentioned to put offers. Let's see. Is that I okay? Let me put this. Let me see how this looks. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. Ah, mierda. gonna look for the the original one more time. Okay, so this is the original one. Okay, so the location is nice. This is okay. Uh, okay, I'm actually going to keep the tags. It's okay. The students will have to put the tag. So I'm gonna say here as an example, 3 days. I need to make this a bit bigger. 3 days, or I have a better idea. How about we do this? I have a better idea. So instead of using tags, check this out. I'm gonna remove this. I'm going to remove all of this. Location will stay. The button we will see. The title is okay. The image is okay. The background is okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get this icon. I'm going to put this here. Let's see how big is this icon. 112 154 no, 9 y 12. Okay, so now instead, what I'm going to do will be something like this. And here, as an example, why is it? They are different fonts, I think. Yeah, let me take this off. Yes, I'll fix the dimensions in a second, but then I need to change the location icon also. And then so I'm gonna say like three things. So the location, the number of days, and the number of people that is included for this price, for example. Because this thing of summer, winter, I don't know. I'm not fully convinced. I mean, it could be nice, but I'd rather take it like this. So let's see. Where is this? This is the date. I need to organize this a little bit because now it's getting out of control. I need to put this here. Take that off. Okay, let me look for the location icon. So if you're wondering, I'm using a website. I actually speak about that in the modules, but it's a website from, let me look for it, from Google. Oh, thank you. So I use this website, by the way, if you're interested. I'm putting it in the chat. This website allows me to download icons. All the icons that you see for Android, you can get them from there. And it's for free, by the way. So that's what I'm using. I'm gonna use this one. And then the benefit is that, well, it allows us to have some consistency. So, because I do not know where they got this icon, I'm going to use mine instead. It gives me more control. No, it's not that one. Here it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do before continuing, because I'm getting a bit confused. As you can see here on my left, I have too much stuff. So this is the top bar, which will stay there. This is the bottom bar, which will stay here. I actually need to put it here. Then this is the places. I'm gonna temporarily take this off, and it's time for me to arrange because I don't know what is what. You see, this is not correct. This goes outside location. Yes, so this is a pin icon. This is the title. That's okay. Then what is this? This is the people. Take that off. And what is this? This is the. Okay, so this 7 days goes with this. So I need to pick these two things. I need to create a group, and I'm gonna call it days for now. So we have location, we have days, and last but not least, I need to create a group. No, undo that. Let me create a text. This goes with that, and I'm going to call it people. Okay, so now it's organized. Yeah, definitely. I'm going to change all of that. I was organizing my design. So in the left here, if I don't, let's say, clean it, this could be very difficult later on. So I'm making sure that everything is in order. So this is location, this is days, this is people, this is the, I'm gonna call this price. This is the background. That's okay. Okay, good. Now that everything is organized, I know what is what. It's time to then, now we can do the other stuff. So this is the, let's see, the dimensions of this is 9 and 10. Let me see what happens if I put this a bit bigger. Put it 12 for now. Then this one is going to be, oh, going to be 12. Let's keep it 12 for now. Let's see how that looks later. Uh, Remove this. Yes. Put that there. Days. Yes. Has the same size or 12. Yes. And let's see people. Put this to be 12. Why does it look so small? Let me import it again. There you go. Interesting. This one is a bit special, so I'm gonna put it maybe manually 15. No, 16, 17. Let's do. Okay, let me. This is okay. I'm gonna say, for example, say what happens if I put 3 people. How does this look? It's for 3 people. Let's organize this. So I'm putting a distance of how much? 10. Okay. 10, 10. There you have it. But now I need to fix the colors, for example. So I need to get this, put it there, and this one, put it there. Okay, but now I need to fix distances between them. So let's see. Oh, wait. Let's begin by putting so 9 between them. Let's see how this looks. Maybe the people might be too much. Let me see. Let me take the people out. Let's see how that looks without people. Yeah, I think I like it like this better because the people occupies too much space. Of course, now days will go a little bit down, for example, like this. And then the button, the price, sorry, the price can go in the middle. Something like this. I think this looks better. Black the people? What do you mean? What do you mean by black the people? To put it back, or the people would look like this. The problem okay, let me see. If I move this a bit to the top, this gives me a bit of space for location, days, and people. For example, now days, I can move it a bit to the top. People as well. This might look a bit better. How does it look from there? People's, you can highlight it to the next screen. What do you mean for the next screen? Ah, for the hotel, you mean? For the hotel, maybe, yeah, no, the hotel, I think I'm going to leave it like this. So I like it. So in the hotel, for example, they show the title, the reviews, and the price. So they focus on only two, which I like. I'm going to do actually the same. I'm not going to go for the people. I'm going to go for the days and the date and the location. I like those two. I'm going to hide it for now. I might change my mind later. Yeah, no, I'm going to actually leave it just two. I don't want to like too much stuff in the screen. Again, it's not a design class, so I'm not going to stress too much. I think let me put it like this, like this. What I really want the students to learn, as I said, is the part of the navigation. Of course, someone who dedicates to design, they might do a way better job, but I'm okay with this one. I know the students will enjoy this one. So now comes the interesting part. Let me copy and paste this thing. But before, I need to do something, and that is for the days, I need to change this to calendar icon, and I need to make it exportable. SVG. There you go. And I need to do the same thing for the location. So pin icon, that's okay. Let me call it location icon to be more explicit. There you go. Make exportable. SVG. Perfect. Now that this is done, comes the next part, the image. I need to make this image exportable. Make exportable. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to make the image like this, PNG, and we're good to go. Now we need to do the same thing multiple times. Distance of 18, I think that's okay. Okay, let's put two more. All right, that's one. Or maybe 18 is too much. 10. And it's better. Okay, and one more. There you have it. Okay, and now we need to just change the values. So that will be 7 days. Let's say here it's going to be 10 days. This is going to be, let's say, 8. Here, let's put with 14, and that's okay. Now here, let's put the first one. That's okay. This one I'm going to say Panama. This one I'm going to say Gothenburg. Gothenburg, and this one I'm going to say Madrid. In terms of pricing, let's put that this one is going to be 7. Let's say that this one is going to be 9. And let's say that this one is going to be 8 as an example. Okay. Now I need to invent some names. So let's see. Winter in Portugal. This is a bit interesting because they put winter in Portugal, but they put a very summer picture. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna invent some names. Magic of Portugal. Magic of Portugal. These are the names of the places. I don't know. Here I'm gonna say um, uh, oh man. Let's call this the Viking Experience. Uh-huh. Madrid. Since they have kings over there and castles and stuff, I'm gonna call it the King of the Castle. Yes. Actually, now I have a better idea. This is not going to be called places. Do you know what this is going to be called? Tours. Hey, why is it not changing? You're paying for a tour. So you pay, yeah, exactly. You pay this tour. Yeah, I think that you pay for this tour, which is called Magic of Portugal. Is in Portugal, is in Lisbon, 7 days, and you pay this amount. The price doesn't really matter. Let's call this Viking Experience, the King of the Castle, and that's it. In flights, we're gonna put flights and attractions. It will be, yeah, exactly. It's okay. It's not a real app, so it's okay. I can play around with that. Um, Good. I need one more name. I need two more names. I'm gonna call this the Lion in the Jungle. I don't know. No, I don't like that name. Let's go. I have an idea. Canal. Make it easy. And this one, I need to change it to. Um, Let's call this. Let's call this. Any names? Any ideas? What will you put it? How will you call it? Mm, how will you call it? We need one more. I need one more name. The place of the king. No, the place of the. Oh. Uh, the cold winter. That's good. Cold winter. Doesn't really matter. Nice. Now I need pictures. So let's look for pictures. This one can stay. I need. I'm gonna pick this picture. So I'm gonna go here. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Okay, here's the picture. Let's put it here. It doesn't matter. So now I need to put this is place 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. And this is 5. So now I need to go to number 2 and I need to put this in here. But this, no, this in here. This goes away. What happened? This goes away. Okay, I need to bring the picture again. Yes, there you go. Okay, that is that. I need 3 more pictures. So now I'm looking for pictures. If you're wondering where I can get pictures, I use this nice website. I'm going to put it on the chat. In here you can find pictures for free. Like you don't have to put any royalties or anything. Or yeah, it's for free. Let's look for something about castles, or let me look for Madrid. Let's see what we can find. Castles, yes. I'm going to pick really any. Let's pick this one. This one looks nice. I don't need a big one, so this will be more than enough. So I'm gonna go here. Let's go to place number 3. I think this looks nice. I put it in the wrong place. Okay, need to. This goes in here. There you go. Now I need one for Gothenburg. Let's see what we can find. Something very Gothenburg I want. Okay, I think this is very Gothenburg. Anyone who has come to Gothenburg knows this. Ah, there you go. This should go here, and now I need to make it smaller. Okay, I actually it's too small to be even appreciated. Let me look a better one. This one will be good. Centrum, yes, I was trying to look for one. Uh, since I put the name Viking Experience, let me see if I can find. You remember there's a museum that it's about that. I think I would just go with this one. Let's see how this looks. Something like this. I think it fits the theme. This Panama Canal, I'm gonna look for a better picture. I need a better picture to represent my country. Panama Canal. See what we can find. Surprisingly, there are not many. I will pick this one. Oh man. Let's see. Download this. Perfect. Back here. This picture. There you go. This is place number 2. Yeah, actually, there's a museum there. So, yeah, it's a very touristic place. Like people, when they go to Panama to visit, it's not the only thing they do, but among the things they do, they go to the Panama Canal. So, oh, I need to change this before I even forget. This should be called tours. But now I'm a bit confused. Not confused, but I need to see what I do because tours and attraction, it seems that I'm overlapping a little bit. It's okay. I might have to change attractions for something else, but it's all right. I can take a look at that later. Okay, Portugal. Now this image doesn't represent that much. I think there could be better pictures of Portugal. So let's see what we can find. And this one looks nice. I mean, you see this picture and you immediately want to go there. Let me download it. Let me put it here. I mean, you see a picture like this and wow. Yeah, let's go for it. So this is place number 1. So let's put it here. I need to make a this. Perfect. Just like that. I mean, you see a picture like this and you say, I want to go there. Okay. Portugal, Panama, Viking, the King's Castle, and this one can stay like that because this is going to be heating. Yeah, me too, actually. Okay. So what do we have? Let's take a step back. Let's see what we have and let's see what we're missing. So we have the onboarding. That's good. We have the tours. So yeah, the tours. We have the hotels. I'm not going to mess with the hotels. This look good enough. The pictures, I need to improve that later or export that later. So now I need to worry about flights and attraction. Let's see, because attraction, I might change my mind about this since it kind of overlaps with this. So actually, I haven't had lunch, so I'm gonna go for lunch now. It's a good moment to break it here, and yeah, I'll be back like in an hour or something like that. So you guys are more than welcome to join again. But I'm gonna keep it here for now, so that I can have a bit of lunch. So any thoughts? How are you liking this one so far? I think it's looking good. I would say. I think it's looking good. Yeah, yeah. Quite happy with the things. So over lunch, I might think a little bit what to change attractions for. Might be something else. All right. Thank you for coming, and then I will see you later, or next week, or for the next one. So thank you for joining, guys. Hero. Bye bye.